Hello YouTube, HD Review King coming at you, and today isn't so much a review as it is a tutorial. I build Android ROMs, and I'm going to show you today how to easily set up your Linux distribution to build Android ROMs. You can build your favorite ROMs that you always wanted to. Everybody loves to build it themselves. You can add all the newest stuff, get the newest thing before everybody else, you know. Nothing but fun and games. So, I have a fresh install of, it's actually Ubuntu server I use, but you can just get the regular Ubuntu desktop, put it on a USB drive, plug it in, go through the easy to follow setup. Super easy. If you have Windows and you want to keep Windows, you can use half your drive, or it'll let you partition it however you want. I recommend at least 200 gigabytes for your Linux distribution, and that would be enough to do one, maybe two devices on one source. I'm using the Mate, as they tell me it's pronounced, desktop here. You can feel free to use the standard Ubuntu desktop or any other Linux distribution that you like. But everything in this is going to be done on Ubuntu Mate desktop. So, there's going to be a guide with some simple copy and paste instructions here. First thing we're going to do is we're going to build Lineage OS. It's the easiest to build. It's going to make sure that your system's set up, ready to go, and it can build. We'll move on from there. This is going to be several videos in the series. So like I said, at first we're going to get Lineage going. That is going to be a requirement for this whole series, even when we get into building other ROMs, is that your device has a Lineage device tree and kernel that goes along with it. I'm not going to get into setting up new devices. That's a little bit even beyond my skill set. So strictly building as long as your device has a tree. Now if your device doesn't have a Lineage device tree, but there's some other rogue developer out there that has a device tree for it, you can try. I'm saying for the best success, your device should be supported by Lineage, the device king. So, we're going to get started right away. I have icons up here at the screen, the top of the screen I can use, just shortcuts. But, we're going to open a terminal. To do that, we're going to do Control-Alt-T. You're going to open a terminal right up. And from the guide that's linked in the description, you're just going to copy and paste the first thing. Now we don't need to purge anything. This is a brand new installation, so we're just going to copy and paste that. That's sudo. It's going to ask for your password. Sudo is super user do, and it's going to go through. It's going to say yes. Ask you questions, say yes. What it's doing right now is it's installing packages. You need lots and lots of packages for to build Android, and that's what that copy and paste does. Very simply, it's all the packages you're going to need in a list, and it's just going to install them all for us. And we'll just wait for that to finish up here. Alright, just like that, we're ready to move on. Okay, now we need to install Java. Once again, we're just going to start copying and pasting from the handy dandy guide. This is going to add the repository to our system, so every time we do a sudo apt-get update, it will automatically pull in the newest Java changes. Press enter. Okay. Now our next one is going to automatically do an update and then install Java 8. You can see here we have sudo apt-get update. That's to update your system. Space and tells it when it's done with the first command. When the first command finishes, move on to the next command. Next command is sudo apt-get install OpenJDK 8. This is the Java we need for compiling. Alright, I already had Java installed. We're good to go. Alright. Now the next thing we're going to need is from Google, and that is the repo command. Okay. Now the repo command's installed. We're going to keep moving on. Alright, now we have to add a couple of things to the bash rc, which is basically the config file for your particular user. And again, we're going to copy and paste. Nano is it's a text editor that's built into Terminal, and bash rc is the file. The squiggly line and the forward slash here is what dictates it's in your home folder. That automatically, instead of typing out the whole thing, home RC420 head, it just automatically tells it that's in the home of the current user. So here's the whole file in the text editor. We're just going to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and then we are going to copy and paste these commands here. And so we're going to have the bin path automatically be included, and then we're going to use catch. Catch, it takes files that don't change every time you compile and stores them. So after your first time building, all the files that are catched, those are files that don't need to be rebuilt every time. So it saves tremendous amount of time on your builds. To get out of here, you're going to hold Control and press O, then let go of Control, obviously. Enter, and then Control X. Get you right out of it. Now we need to tell it to reload our new bash rc. So we're going to do source bash rc, and we should be good to go. Now at this point, you're all set up and ready to build, except for you need source. You always need a source to build. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Now, in the guide, it's going to tell you how to do Aquarius. But again, we're going to do lineage first. So, mkdri, make directory. And then you're going to name this whatever you want. I name it the name of the Rob. I'm going to make it easy and just call it lineage. Now we're going to cd for change directory to lineage. Okay. Now, to make things easy here, we're going to go to the lineage website. It's easier. Give me a second. Here we go. Okay, I got multiple monitors, so I dragged this over from another monitor. So here is how we're going to do this. We're going to go, you can go anywhere. See here, this says Android. You can also type in \Android at the end of the description. This is going to take you to the platform manifest. And it's real simple. They also give you directions, great directions here to follow. But this is what we're looking at. So we're inside the lineage directory that we just created, which is where we want the source code to go. We're going to copy and paste this right here. Repo init. It's going to grab this manifest, which tells it all the packages you need. So we're going to go ahead and type that. It's going to do this. Now, this is the first time that you're doing this, so you have to set up your Git config file. Now, I suggest at this point right now, you go to GitHub and create an account if you don't already have one. It's free. You're going to need it eventually. We'll get into how to use it and how to push things to it, changes, and I'm also going to be showing you how to push changes to lineage Garrett. So if you actually make a change, it doesn't have to be your change either. It could be someone else's change. As long as you keep proper authorship, you can push it to their Garrett. So we need to config this now. So as you can see here, it tells you exactly what to do. I'm going to copy and paste that. Now you're going to type in your email address that you used to set up your GitHub account. Don't forget to add back the quotes. Now we're going to do the next one. So that was the email address you used to set up your GitHub. Now we're going to put in the username that you set up on your on your GitHub. I'm sorry. Okay, now we're going to do that repo init command again. It's going to ask you, do you want to use colors? I say yes. Colors are nice. Everybody loves colors, right? It's been initialized. Now, we are ready for the long, it depends on how fast your internet is, painful process of repo syncing for the first time. You're going to pull in about, anywhere from 20 to 30 gigabytes here of source code. So to do that, we do repo sync. Now I like to add a negative force sync. It helps get rid of small errors. We'll get rid of all of them. And we're going to go off to the races. And my internet, I have 75 down. And it's going to take it about 45 minutes an hour at that speed. If you have slower internet, you're in for the long haul. If you got some of that awesome internet, then you'll be done like 10 minutes. So I'm not going to do anything else. Just let this sync. When it's done, I'll be back. Okay, so when you're done syncing, this is what it's going to look like here. You can see everything's checked out. We're all good. And we're right back at a prompt here. Hey, thanks for watching my tutorial on how to set up your Linux distribution to build Lineage OS. Stay tuned for the next video where we're going to run the first build. And we're going to move on from there. Exciting things to come. Like, subscribe. This is HD Review King signing off, and I'll see you in the next one.